Well, good morning, YouTube. How are y'all doing this wonderful fine morning? And welcome back to another Mater and Tater video. It's a pretty nice morning here in Arkansas. It's been kind of cold. We got a little bit of ice on the windshields, but nothing bad. I think it's in the 50s right now. We got down into the 30s, been getting down into the 30s. Trees are starting to change. Not real colorful though this year. Of course, all we got around here mostly is pine trees. Any of y'all that have been following the channel know that we recently had the roof redone on the camper. I was gonna bring a thing to cut that limb and I forgot. Just thought I'd give y'all an update on the roof of the camper. We got the camper back from Rocky Ridge after they put a new roof on it back in I think they did that in July. We took it out in August, so they had it for about a month. We took it out camping just a few weeks after we got it back, just to make sure that everything was working, and everything seemed to be working, but unbeknownst to us, everything wasn't quite working. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see what it was. Let's get into the video. I apologize for this first part of the video. For some reason, the audio didn't come through, so I just did a voiceover on it. But the second part of the video, the audio works on it. And that's the fun part anyway. But anyways, let's get into it. So, as many of you may know from previous videos, I was not crazy about this clear stuff that they put on the corners of the roof. And I wanted to know how well it was adhering to the membrane and how well that the lap sealant was adhering to it. So then I decided, well, I'm going to apply some of my own lap sealant to it, let it set a few days, come back, and we'll see how well that adheres to it. And that's what I did. Another thing I wasn't real crazy about was I didn't feel like they had put enough glue down on this thing. And so I was getting these bubbles right here where it felt like, it just wasn't really attaching to the decking. Then, of course, I was getting these holes in the lap sealant, which I expected that from the bubbles bursting in the lap sealant. So I went back around, covered up all the holes in the lap sealant I could find, and plus I added more lap sealant to everything up there because I really felt like they were kind of stingy with the lap sealant. Alright, so as you can see, we got through all of that, got that all straightened out, and then, I don't know, it was maybe about 2 weeks later after this. Well, it was after we came back from that first camping trip, so it was probably in September, I think, August or September that I discovered this. And this was by far the worst. So, here we go. If you can't guess it, where I'm at, I'm back up on the roof of the camper. So, for any of you that's been following the channel, you'll know that we had this roof redone. Forgive the leaves. The trees decided to start dropping leaves here these past few weeks, and I ain't had a chance to get up here and clean them off yet. But we just had this roof redone by Rocky Ridge RV, which I haven't been impressed with their work. As many as you know, they put I don't know what that was, the clear stuff on the corners. I talked to the people there. They keep telling me, oh, it's good. They just say, oh, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I put more Dicor over it, and the Dicor seems to be adhering to it. Whatever it is, Dicor's sticking to it, so I don't believe it's silicone, but I don't know what it is. And this is the problem with having trees around your camper, is you get pine needles and leaves and everything else. But anyways, I went back and put more Dicor down. They put very little lap sealant down. I went back and put lap sealant on all of this and put more up here because there were like tons of holes in the lap sealant up here. I still got a few I could fill back in again. So that was that clear stuff that they put on the corners. They didn't put near enough lap sealant down. And now we've got a new issue where the solar panel is not charging. So you can see that solar panel is getting daylight, and I'll see if I can show this to you on the camera. We're getting 0 watts. So either they didn't plug that solar panel up correctly, or they didn't plug it up at all. And the way I discovered this was the battery was dead one day. I walked in to turn the lights on, and it says 9 volts. And I'm like, well, they just rent a battery for me. Should make them buy me a new battery. Anyways, my job today is to pull this guy up. I mean, this all looks correct, and everything up under there looks correct. So I'm gonna pull this thing up today and see if it's even connected. I'm kind of hoping it ain't connected, because that will, I'm hoping, pretty much solve the problem. If it is connected, then I gotta figure out why I'm not getting anything out of this solar panel. So stick around, it should be fun. So I've got all the lap sealant pretty much off from around this thing. Got 4 screws that need to be put in, taken out. So I can just work this around in here. I bet there's butyl tape under that. It looks like it's all plugged up still. So I don't see anything going on here. Alright, so we've got the black wire going to green and the red wire going to black. They've used wire nuts. Ugh, this butyl tape is so nasty. So here's where I'm at. I've checked the voltage coming out of the solar panel, which now we're in the shade, so ain't gonna get much coming out of it now. And I don't remember what I was getting, like 27.5 volts, I think's what it was. And then plus I double checked and made sure that these are correct. So this is definitely negative, that's definitely positive coming out of the panel. So my next question is, they had this one here, the solid green was going to black here, and then the green black was going to the red right here. So yeah, it's a big old ant right there. Say hello, ant, you're on YouTube. Oh, he's shy, man. He don't want to be on YouTube. No, my baby be on YouTube. All right, anyways, enough tomfoolery. So now I gotta go down to this cutoff switch and see which one's going to black or which one's going to negative and positive. I'm wondering if maybe they being Rocky Ridge, got these two wires crossed up here. So we'll see. All right, so I did go down to the controller and my suspicions were correct. Rocky Ridge had this thing wired incorrectly. They had this right here going to the negative, that one going to the positive. The green black was going to the positive, the green was going to the negative on the controller, and it's the other way around. On the controller down there, this should be positive and the black green should have been negative. I hope they didn't destroy my controller. If they did, they owe me a new one. Thank you, Rocky Ridge. You're so good at what you do. Little sarcasm. Okay, I have swapped the cables around. Green going to red, black, green going to black. Now I'm gonna go down and turn the switch back on, and hopefully I don't burn anything up. I turned the little switch on, and we are now seeing 4 watts, 3 watts, 20 volts, 2 amps. I'm now seeing something now. Before, everything was pretty much, as far as the solar went, voltage and current was 0, watts were 0. Now at least I'm seeing voltage and current. And the little blue light is on here, bulk. My flashlight still on? Yeah, it is. So before, that bulk light right there was flashing, and then when I turned that my switch back on, all them lights came on, and then they all started flashing, and then the bulk light came on and stayed on. And I think that's the way this is supposed to be. I'm going to double check it. All right. So from what I'm understanding, the solid blue light means the controller is bulk charging mode, using maximum available power to charge the battery. The blinking blue light it was getting earlier is the controller is powered on, but there isn't enough solar power to start charging, so it's waiting for more light. It may also indicate the controller is receiving data, yeah, blah blah blah. So this tells me that it's charging the battery now, so I think that's a good thing. Rocky Ridge, you're lucky. You didn't destroy my controller. All right, I've got it all cleaned up, or got all the butyl tape and the lap sealing off. So now I'm gonna clean this up real quick. I'm running out of daylight right there. So I wasn't really upset with Rocky Ridge up to this point, but yeah, this solar thing really pushed me over the edge. So now then, something else I'm discovering is these screw holes. And I don't think I showed this a while ago, but I don't know if you can tell, but they've used silicone on these screw holes. But yeah, they put silicone on that. Why would you do that? Why not just use lap sealant on that? I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to use silicone on it. I don't know. Well, guys, that ought to do it for this one. Just thought I'd give y'all a little update on the roof escapade. What do you want to call that? Roof drama. Yeah, so far everything seems to be working okay. So would I recommend Rocky Ridge? Maybe. Maybe not. Will I take ours back to Rocky Ridge? If it's warranty work, I'll probably look, even if I have to drive a little further, I'll probably look for someone else. If it's non-warranty work, no, I will not take it to them. I just don't feel like the professionalism was there. I felt like they skimped on the lap sealant. I don't know if they're trying to cut corners, if they ran out, and that's why they put the clear stuff up there. I mean, there were places on that lap sealant where you could see the heads of the bolts going into the decking. They didn't cover those real well. The solar definitely was a big issue. I mean, that was a lot of time out of my day that I had to fix their lack of work. Oh, I guess that, and probably to me, I mean, still feel like they could have put more glue down on that decking than what they did. I could be wrong, it may be about right, but definitely the solar, the lack of lap sealant, and that clear stuff. Yeah. And one other thing I want to mention too is they put a sticker right here, and you can still see where it discolored this. We're gonna have to get some stuff. I mean, really, they should put the sticker down there on the frame, not on the coach. So that was a bad thing. And then just, I don't know, if they would just clean it up when they're done. I mean, this thing was filthy. When we took it out camping, that's what we took it out to do, was we cleaned it inside and out. So if I do any work, having work done on this from Rocky Ridge, I will be double checking it before I pull it off the lot. I'll say, let me hook it up to some power. I want to make sure everything works. Well, that'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see y'all on the next one. And as always, thank you for watching.
Every mile we roam feels right, that's how we feel alive. Chasing sunsets side by side is where our dreams survive.